Let me see here. So officially, good evening, guys. My name is Solomon. I am your host tonight. And well, especially tonight, we're going to talk about how to have a great conversation. And we have more people scheduled, but Brenner show up on time, and I think you enjoyed it. I hope that you enjoyed the conversation, Brenner. We're going to have some tips. We just saw a video, and I think it's going to be interesting. Before we start, I'd like to make some comments. So basically, what is TNT? TNT is a conversation platform for beginners, intermediate, and advanced English speakers. I'm going to tell you, Brenner and guys on YouTube, this is not a class. This is just a place where you can practice your English in a real environment. How does it work? I have a topic and we have a few questions related to this topic and we can discuss about them and keep talking. Please give your opinion, share your point of view, but be respectful. All right. Try as much as you can to speak in English. And if you want to have more conversations like this or even classes, all you need to do is go to talkandtalk.com.br. All right. But I think I've spoken too much and now it's your turn, Brenner. So tell me, where are you from? What do you do? And what do you like to talk about? Go ahead.
Okay, my name is Brenna. Yeah, as you know, I am 27 years old. I'm from Rio, the capital. I've been living here my entire life, basically.
Yes.
I work as a software developer, and my free time, I enjoy practicing and watching all kind of sports. At the
Nice.
moment, I'm not able to because of a knee injury, so I have to get through a surgery. It's going to be painful, but I hope until the end of the year I can practice sports again.
Yes, nice. Not so nice actually, but I hope you get well soon. Just out of curiosity, how did you hurt yourself? Like running, I don't know, jumping,
Playing
maybe it
football,
was
practicing
football.
a sport. Yeah.
Okay. Nice, nice. It happens. But okay,
Yeah.
very nice talking to you, Brenner. It's always a pleasure to have new people here on our meeting. So let's start. So first of all, I showed a video to you before we start the meeting. What do you think about the tips? Do you agree with the tips? I'm going just to summarize for those of you who didn't watch the video. So basically, it was something like don't multitask, don't talk about only yourself, don't ask yes or no questions. Say that when you don't know, say that you don't know. You don't need to keep repeating yourself. You don't need to know all the details. And one of the most important of all, listen, and be present. So basically, she said these things. So do you agree? Would you like to accrescent to add one more thing? What's your opinion about the video?
Yes, I agree with it, and I think it's very interesting. Some of the questions I've never thought about it, like as you said, the don't ask yes or no question. It's
Yes.
very interesting too. Um, Not sure if I could maybe be sensitive. Like
Yes.
you 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 can listen to the other, but if you listen carefully, with attention, paying really attention, I think it's useful to a conversation too. um Let me ask you something. Have you
Go
put the
ahead.
questions on the chat?
I
I'm
didn't
not
send
seeing
yet.
it.
I didn't send yet.
Okay,
It's
okay.
just an
That's okay.
introduction.
That's okay.
Okay, but we can go straight ahead. I'm going to send the questions here, and let's start with number one. All right. So, in your opinion, based on the video and in the conversation we are having right now, what makes it easy to talk to someone like someone that you don't know, or someone that you know, someone that is your friend or just one acquaintance, your colleague of work? What makes it easy to really talk to someone?
Well, having common interests with the other person you are talking to is good because you two have, you know, topics to discuss. So having mutual interests is a good point.
Yes.
Be a good listener, as mentioned in the on the video, is a good point. Not only you, but your partner.
Yes.
If you are not a shy person, it makes it easier too.
Yes,
Because
that's
if you're
true.
kind of shy, it makes the conversation some difficult. So you can control it, but you can train it. Like if you
Yes.
have conversations a lot and you train it, you can be more comfortable to talk to someone. I think
Okay.
that's it.
Nice, nice. I totally agree with what you said, but I have just one objection, that sometimes when we talk to people that we have common interests, it's amazing, but we don't learn a lot, because we share the same point of view, we share the same interests. It's really nice, or at least really interesting when you talk to people that have totally different interests from you, totally different points of view, because in this way it's not that you are going to love the other topic, but you are going to learn a little bit more about a different situation, different sports. You like sports, so it's going to be a broader conversation,
Yeah,
and in my
agree with you.
opinion, yes, and in my opinion, I think that what makes it easy to talk to someone is when the other person is open, like she or he really wants to talk. Because imagine you have the common interest, you are in a place that allows conversation, but the other person doesn't want to talk. So it doesn't matter
Yeah,
if you have all these things in common. That's not going to be a good conversation.
yeah, yeah.
And yeah, yeah. And I really like what you said, that uh, if the other person is shy, maybe the conversation is not going to be so good. But it really depends, because sometimes I have a lot of friends that are very, very shy, but they like very specific things. I don't know. Let's talk, for example. Oh, I like this band, this group of music in a specific. And then the person open up, starts talking about this topic. He starts talking about specific things and details. Maybe she went to a concert, maybe she participated in a fan club or something like that. And it's really interesting. Maybe this is a way to open a conversation with a shy person, just to touch on something that this person knows a lot.
Yeah, good point of view.
Yeah. Okay. So let's go to the next one. And this one's going to be interesting. At least in movies, Brenner, we have this cliche that if you are stuck with a person in a room, or let's say, for example, in an elevator or in a waiting room, you are going to talk about the weather. It's like, oh, it's hot today, tomorrow is going to rain, and things like that.
I've
So
already done it.
yes, I've already done it too. A lot of people have has. So what can we talk about in this kind of situation? So what are your favorite types of conversations you're having with this person that you don't know anything about? You just need to stay there for 10 or 20 minutes and you have nothing to say. What would you like to talk about? What would you like to develop?
Tough question.
Yes, I know it is.
Uh, in my opinion, it depends on the moment you are
Yes.
sharing with the person. Because, for example, you are on the hospital, for example.
Yes, the option.
You can talk to the person about the how many time you are waiting for the
Ah, that's
doctor.
true. That's true. Yeah.
I think it depends on the situation. When I got in this situation in an elevator, for example, here in my building, I talk about weather. It's a cliche.
This
I
is
talk,
classic.
yeah, I talk about, don't know, football if the
That's
person
true.
has a shirt, a team. I
Yes.
talk about, I don't know, how clean or not is a building,
That's
things
true.
like that, depending on the moment we are sharing. What about you? What do you think?
Yes. I like to talk about soccer too. Especially tonight, I'm wearing a new Uruguay shirt, and wow, I really love to talk about sports in general. And I don't know why, but I think that people really open up to complain, like if you are in a line, you say, oh, it's taking too long. And the other person is going to say, yeah, it's true. I've been waiting here for 10 minutes. So it's a good starter, I think. And when it's a place with food, I always like to ask the person, oh, how's the food? Oh, is it okay? What do you like the most? I think this kind of talk just like develop some kind of conversation. And I think it's nice.
Yeah, I'm
And
gonna use it.
yes, we need to do these things. And one thing really interesting is when the other person is wearing a soccer shirt, that's you ask, oh, is there a game happening? Is your team winning? Is not, things like that. And by the way, are you a fan of Flamengo? I don't know. You are from Rio, so I think
Fluminense,
Flamengo,
actually.
Vasco, Fluminense. Oh
Very
man,
sad moment.
in a bad situation right now,
Yeah.
but I really like Paulo Henrique Ganso, but I don't know what's happening. Marcelo, it's a great team, but I have no idea what's happening.
No
Okay,
one knows.
nice. Yes, no one knows. And other question, have you ever had a conversation, like a great conversation with a complete stranger? Like you don't know this person doesn't know you, so and you had like a nice conversation for I don't know 2, 5, 10 minutes. Have you ever had something like this?
Yes, I had. Um, I'm not. I'm kind of shy,
Okay,
So, um, I would say that I'm not the person that starts the conversation, but if
all right.
someone comes to me, I try to keep the conversation up. So I've already had these kind of conversations. Um, when I when I used to be single, like
Yes,
relationship apps,
yes.
I've already had some good conversations in that apps. Not now because now I have a girlfriend, so yeah.
Okay.
But when I go out with my girlfriend to see their friends,
Yes.
it already happened to like have a conversation with them, even we didn't know each other, So yeah, yeah. I try to observe what the person likes or what the person seems uh, to be like the personality of the persons,
Yes.
and I go in this in this point, but
Yeah.
it's hard sometimes.
No, but I totally understand what you said, because with my girlfriend, she has a lot of friends that I don't know. So when I'm going to go out with her and they are her friends, I don't know what to talk about with them, because we are like, oh, I don't know you, you don't know me. It's nice. If it's some place that we're going to eat or drink, I always say that I always like to ask, have you ever been here before? What is good? What's not good? Things like this. And if from where do you know my girlfriend? Is it from work, from college, things like that? I think these are good starters. And as you said, if you watch a little bit the personality of the people, maybe we can develop a nice conversation. And in my case, I've had a lot of different nice conversations with people, especially because of TNT. Because most of the time people come here open to talk. And I don't know you, you don't know me, but we have the opportunity to talk for 1 hour in a different language, and people share, and the people that come here, they share their opinions, their culture, they I don't know, personal details of their lives, and it's really, really interesting to see this kind of thing.
Yeah, I agree with you. I met some nice people here on TNT. I'm
Yes,
just 1 month here, but I've already met some nice people here, and we had good conversations.
yes,
But in English is harder, because some topics I don't know how to say it or talk about it in English, so
yes.
it's harder.
Yes, this is one feedback that I received here on TNT. At the end of the meeting, you're going to receive a link, and this link is like you can give suggestions, critics, and etc. And the person said, I really love the meeting, but the topic is really complicated. So nowadays I try to bring more general topics that everyone can talk about and participate and contribute. Because if we bring something specific, one day I brought a topic here talking about, I don't know, horror movies, something like that. And the people that came to the meeting, they didn't like it. So it was like, oh, I don't like horror movies. Am I going to talk about? And it's complicated to do something very specific.
Yeah,
But it's
yeah.
nice. And also, you must have had this situation here that sometimes you go to the breakout room, and in the breakout room, it's not live on YouTube, so people they talk a little bit more open. They share their point of views, and like they're willing to share. And I think it's also very interesting. And one question, Brennan, for how long have you been studying English?
Difficult to say because in a you know uh, in a English course it's the first time,
Okay, first
but
time.
I have contact with English my entire life, like listening music, watching TV show. uh, I've never stopped to actively learn English. It
Okay.
just came to me like I have, good ears to English. I
Yes.
can understand most of what people say, but sometimes I struggle trying to speak, so
Okay.
I'm here on 20.
No, this happens. We're going to improve a lot of this with our conversations. We have a lot of different meetings, people in different levels, so I think it's going to be interesting. And let's go to the next question. What are some good habits that you have in conversations? For example, people say that a smile during conversations is very good. It makes the other person comfortable. It makes the other person uh, being able to share her opinion, to be like generally comfortable in the conversation. What do you think that you do that is a good habit to have in a conversation?
um I try to listen.
To listen?
I think
Yes.
listening carefully what the person is saying is important because it makes the other person feels like they are being heard. Don't know if
Heard?
if
Yes, yes.
it's right. I try to keep the conversation up. I make questions. I ask a lot, and that thing you said, no, 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 no.
Yeah, that's
So
true.
I think it's good, for the conversation for keep it up.
Yes. I agree with you. And sometimes, well, all the time, it's good to be listening and also to ask questions, because it shows that you are interested in the conversation. It also shows that you are paying attention, you are interested, and really nice. And let's go to the other part. Now it's the opposite. What are some bad traits that you have in conversation? For example, Me in Portuguese, I use a lot of slangs and I have a lot of linguistic advices, you know. For example, in Portuguese, tipo, mano, cara, tá ligado? Things like this, I use a lot. I try to control myself, but really hard, really hard. What about you?
Um, I would say that when I am in a conversation, I talk a lot, you know.
Yeah, talk a lot.
Yeah, sometimes it's hard to, go directly to the point, you know.
Okay.
I make, I don't know, a circle around the topic, and at the end, I don't answer the main question. So
Yes.
sometimes I talk a lot, and maybe I, got lost on the topic.
Just it. Okay, that's good, man. That's not something so bad, you know. I think that in my case, I have a lot of linguistic biases because in my job, it's too informal, you know. Even older people, they are informal. So they always say things like, mano, tá ligado? And I got used to this and I talk like this with everybody in Portuguese. And I think it's really bad, but I can't control myself anymore. It's like, I can't stop, you know.
I, I,
And other thing that, go ahead.
sorry, I interrupted you.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
I was saying that I have a similar problem with bad words. I don't know how to
Bad
say
words.
that.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because
I
I am
was
from
not going
Rio, you
to
know.
talk. Yeah. I was not going to talk about it, but you mentioned, and people from Rio, they have these. Oh, I
Yeah,
forgot. I forgot. This characteristic, maybe that when you're talking about good things, talking about bad things, talking about neutral things, you say like some
it just
bad words.
happens a lot. Yeah.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean. And I've spoken with people from other countries, and they say that here in Brazil, people they have a very bad thing that they don't say that they don't know. You know what I mean? Let's say, for example,
Yes.
if I ask you,
Yeah.
Brenner, can you do this? If you can't, you are not going to say, "Oh, I can't." You're going to, "Oh, let me see. I'm going to check, and after I verify, I'm going to tell you." You know, it's not. We are not able to say, "No, I can't," or "No, I don't know."
Yeah. Yeah. I agree.
I don't know if you agree with that, but I've spoken with different people, and they say this. You know.
Totally agree. Yeah.
Okay. So yeah, and also this was one of the tips from Christine. Say that you don't know. It's like don't be afraid that mentioning that you don't know or that you cannot do something. Let's go to the next one. This one, uh, it's straight to the point. Who communicates better, men or women? Who is a better communicator? Because at least here in Brazil, we have the sensation that women they speak more than men. But I'm not talking who speaks more. I'm talking who communicates better. So, in your opinion, go ahead.
Okay. I don't believe we can say if someone is a good communicator by their gender,
Okay.
I don't think being a man or being a woman it can determine if a good communicator. So it depends on the person only.
Okay.
That's my
Depends on the
opinion.
person. Okay, nice. Well, yeah, I agree with you, but I think that in general, women they share the point of view like more clearly, you know, because men sometimes we say, oh, can you do this, and you don't explain, you know, like, oh, it's you all you need to do is this, and then you don't explain. And sometimes the women they, oh, I'm going to ask you a favor, you need to do this and this, and after that if you have any doubts come and talk to me. At least I have this sensation at my job, you know. Men are like, Brenner, go there and do this, and you what, how?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know.
Yeah. I got it. What you're saying. I would go. I would talk about it and on the question number 7. But as you
Okay.
mentioned it, I would say that women are more sensitive, you know.
Sensitive. All right.
Yeah, they care about what you feeling and what you thinking, you know. And men are not like that in general.
Okay.
So if you need to talk about feelings to someone, me personally, I would choose a woman, you know, because
Okay.
I think they are more sensitive to this kind of conversation.
Okay. Nice. Yes, I agree with you, but I think it depends on the subject, you know. For example, if something happens in my life and I think no, I would talk especially with my girlfriend and with my mother, you know. But if it's something related to work, I would talk with my father. I will not go talk to my girlfriend or with my mother, you know. I don't know why this, but in general, things of my life, I talk more to my girlfriend, my mother, and things related specifically to work, I ask to my father, you know. And yeah, go ahead.
uh, I think woman offers more comfort. You know,
More
if you need
comfort.
comfort,
Yes, maybe.
or you need to, I'm feeling bad. You know, you look for a woman. I think.
Okay, nice, nice. And yeah, tell me, Brenner, are you a good listener?
Mm, I believe so.
Okay, nice. Because it's nice to talk to people who are good listeners, you know. You mentioned that you are a shy person, but you don't look like. But it's nice talking to you. And this leads to the next question, question number 6. On a scale of 0 to 10, I didn't write the 10 there, but you understood. How would you rate your conversational skill?
Mm, 7.5,
Okay.
maybe. Yeah.
Why? This is a good grade, but why? And what would be a 10 for you?
Uh, if I was less shy, you know, I'm not
Okay.
that shy, but I'm not that communicator or
Yes,
speaker,
communicative. Yes.
you know. I'm the middle of the way. So if I was more, how to say this in English, cara de pau or something like that, you know,
Outgoing. I think you can say
outgoing,
outgoing.
yeah. If I was more outgoing, I think I could improve my conversational skills. Yeah.
Okay, nice. Yes, I saw once that I don't know, somebody told me or I saw in a movie, something like that, that sometimes you lose a lot of opportunities because you don't speak, you know. That's it, because you don't ask, because you are not curious. You are curious, but you don't go and, hey, Brenner, can you explain a little bit about this or about that? How did you get this? How did you get that? And sometimes we lose a lot of opportunities because we didn't talk.
Yeah,
You know,
very true.
it's interesting to see this. Okay, we kind of talked about question number 7 already, you know, so I'm going to skip and go straight to question number 8. So nowadays we use a lot of WhatsApp, we use some different apps of message and etc. Uh, but how do you feel speaking on the phone? Do you do it? How often? Are you comfortable in this situation?
Um, I I used to have problems with talking to the phone. Uh,
Yes. Why?
now, uh, I had social problems, you know, like
Yes.
uh, anxiety to talk in public or to talk to someone that I don't know. Nowadays, it's not a problem anymore.
Okay.
I can easily talk on the phone with anybody, but in the past I had problems with it.
Okay. And one question is not written. Do you like the sound of your voice? Because Nowadays we send a lot of WhatsApp voice messages, and people, at least here, they send the message and then they listen the message that they sent. What do you think about it? And tell me, do you like the sound of your voice?
Uh, do you like your voice? I don't think so of mine because I don't like mine, and I don't like WhatsApp audios. I prefer
But you don't like to send or to receive, or either?
both.
Okay.
Yeah, I prefer uh, um, make a
Calling,
video call.
a video call. All right.
Like like a grandfather.
Yes.
Yeah, when I'm
That's good.
washing the dishes, I make a video call to my girlfriend or to my mother or to my brother, and I stand the phone in front of me,
Yes.
and yeah,
Keep talking and do
yeah.
your chores. Yes, that's good. Okay, nice. Uh, and you are a software developer, so do you work from home, or do you need to go to the building, to the company?
From my home. My company
Fine.
is from São Paulo,
Okay.
so it wouldn't be possible to go there,
Okay, nice.
and I don't
And
want to.
good. And so I guess you must have a lot of online meetings. During these online meetings, do you open the camera or not? And why?
I started doing that recently
Okay.
because I don't know. I think it creates a connection.
Yes,
When
that's true.
you are not seeing the person, it's more easily to not be present and
Yes.
not put your focus on the meeting. So yeah, I started doing that recently, and it's been good.
Okay. And how are people from your company? Do they open the camera? Do they close, or it doesn't matter? Sometimes yes, sometimes no.
Some of them open, but some just sometimes. It's not
Okay.
a rule.
Okay, nice. And which one do you think is harder, to have a conversation on the phone or face to face? Let's suppose I have a difficult decision or a difficult topic to talk about to you. Would you prefer that I call you, or would you prefer that we would be in person talking to each other?
I think face to face
Face to
is
face.
is harder to handle,
Yes.
because depending on the conversation, it can be a bad conversation, or you can get nervous, anxious, but it's better. I
It's
think
better.
you should, solve your problems face to face.
Okay. Interesting, because I have the same sensation. It's harder to talk face to face, but I think it's better. Even though it's harder, I think it's better. I agree with you. And uh, yeah, so let's go to the next one. This one is interesting. If you could have a conversation with any famous person, dead or alive, who would you like to talk, and what would you like to talk about?
Dead or alive?
Dead or alive? Yes, two people. Let's go like this. One
Two.
dead and one
Okay.
alive. Yes.
One. Let's go for the alive one.
Okay, go ahead.
Maybe, let me see. Famous person.
Yes. I don't know. You like sports? We have a lot of different
It would be a
athletes.
cliche choosing a sport person,
Yes.
but I'm trying to think of someone different.
Okay, I don't know. We have
Maybe
philosophers, great politicians, leaders. I don't know.
maybe Obama.
Obama
Very
would be a
famous
nice.
person.
What would you like to talk about with Obama?
Politics, of course,
Politics.
because I would ask a lot of questions about, because I'm curious about how United States think about society. I have
Okay.
this I, I see them as kind of arrogant people,
Mm.
like they always thinking they are the king of the world and they are better than everyone. So I would maybe ask questions like, what does he think about Brazil? What does he think about the future of society and how United States is into this? So questions like that.
Nice, nice. And what about the deceased person, the dead person?
The dead person, maybe Getúlio Vargas.
Getúlio Vargas. Oh,
Yeah,
interesting, really interesting. Talking
Getúlio Vargas.
about politics too.
Yeah, not only because besides all the things he did in the past, he was you know I, I'm not, I don't know if, I'm not sure if I can say great. I don't know if the word is great, but
Important, say important.
important leader. Yes, important leader. Because I don't know if he was good or bad, but he was a historical person in Brazil.
Yes,
So I would ask a lot of questions, a lot of questions about what he was planning to the country,
yes.
what he was planning when he created the work work laws. Don't know,
Work loss, yes.
work laws. Questions like that.
Okay. Nice, nice.
What about you?
Okay, very
I'm
good. Yes,
curious.
I'm going to answer. What did you study? Software engineering.
I quit university actually,
Okay.
but yes,
Software
it
engineering, nice.
was it was.
Uh, I studied electrical engineering, and during the graduation and even high school, I started learning a few things about Nikola Tesla, and I was like, whoa, man, this man is great. So I started reading about him, and whoa, his life was so crazy, a lot of different things. I saw the movies, and I was like, man, if I had an opportunity to talk to anyone, I would talk to Nikola Tesla, something really amazing. The guy was a genius. The guy invented so much things, so many things, and well, he was a normal person, but did a lot of great things, So I think it would be really interesting to do that. And yeah, to talk with someone alive. This one is really, really hard, really hard. But I think I would talk with a Brazilian guy. It's called Osiris da Silva. He was the founder of Embraer. Yeah.
Okay.
So I think it's nice because it's a Brazilian guy that made something amazing for the world, and he's also an engineer. And I don't know. I think I would like to have a conversation with this guy. He's a really old sir, but he did a lot of different things. So I think it would be interesting. And okay, let's go to the our last question already. Nice. So tell me, Brenner, after everything we talked about after the video, after our discussion here, uh, how do you think we can improve our conversation skills?
Mm, 3 points.
3 points. Go ahead. This is nice.
Yeah, listening.
Listening.
I've
Okay.
just learned a term with you. It's even though.
Even though, yes.
Yeah, even though I've heard it before, but I've never paid attention on it.
Yes.
So it's even though I was repeating myself here. Even though reading, I think
Reading.
reading is very good because you learn new words, you learn new ways to express yourself. It's very good. and talking. The
And
most
talking.
important one, just talk,
Okay,
wrongly or rightly. I don't know if it's
correctly.
right. Correctly. Okay, yeah, correctly. Just talk because when we were young, we don't, uh, care too much if we were talking correctly, or we were just talking, we were just learning words, we were just crying,
Yeah.
so yeah, talk and having conversations and knowing different people is very good.
Okay, nice. Well, in my opinion, I agree with you. Listening, very important. And I would also add one more thing, expose yourself, because it's very interesting to talk with someone who has a lot of different experiences. I'm not talking about crazy adventures like, oh, I went to a vulcan, I went to Himalaya. No, I'm talking about different experiences, things that you didn't live, but you would like to travel, to eat, to go there. And exposing yourself to these situations make conversation much more interesting. If I tell you, oh, I did this, oh, how was it? Did you like it? Didn't like it? Tell me. I think it's really nice to do this. And yes, good conversation. And so, unfortunately, we're getting to the end of this meeting. But before we go, I'd like to hear from you. It's the first chip listening. So tell me, how was the conversation for you? How was the topic? What did you like about the video, TNT in general, the structure, and etc.? Go ahead.
uh the thing I liked it most in this conversation was that the conversation was natural.
Natural?
We
Yes.
we were talking about the questions, but we don't limited ourselves just to the questions. We
Yes.
talked about other things. We talked about personal
Yes.
desires, personal ways to see something, opinions, and it was very good. I like it. I like the topic of the conversation. It's very open. You
Yes.
can talk about a lot of things. So you learned with the past
Yes.
meetings, people saying to you that the topic wasn't good. So I think, yeah, you improve it. Yeah, that's it. Was good.
Okay.
In on the survey, I will probably put 10.
Okay, don't
Uh,
worry about that. This is not important. I think the most important thing is when people come back with ideas for new topics, new conversations, because sometimes I've been a host here since March of last year. So I go out of ideas. I don't, oh, what am I going to talk about again? So it's really nice when people bring topics. Oh, I want to talk about, I don't know, this. And whoa, I never thought about it. Then I see some videos. I try to listen to podcasts. I try to see different things and bring interesting questions. So I think this is really nice. And
you're
well, go
Are you
ahead.
here on TNC just for 1 year?
For no. As a host since March of last year, but as
Okay,
a
okay.
as a user of the platform since 2021, something like that.
Okay,
A long
okay.
a long
Because
time already.
I'm asking it because your English is very good. You
Thank you so much.
talk very naturally. So yeah.
Nice. So, Brenner, I sent here on our chat a link of our survey. The grades doesn't matter. What matters is, like I said, like if you have anything you would like to talk about or anything that we could improve in our meeting, just share your opinion there, and it's going to be really interesting for us. And thank you so much for participating, for talking to me, for watching the video, answering the questions. TNT, as you can see, is a conversation platform, and it's really nice when people come here and are open to start a conversation, you know? So thank you so much. I hope you enjoyed. Go to talkandtalk.com.br, schedule more meetings, more conversations, and speak